to right now, we heard one shot was fired.
Shots fired at a rally in downtown Denver. What we're learning about the suspect this morning and what led to the shooting.
I'm feeling great. I don't know about you. How is everyone feeling?
President Trump addresses supporters after recovering from the coronavirus, what his doctor is now saying about the diagnosis.
And coronavirus in the NFL, no game for the Broncos this week. That's new information. The NFL pushes back their game for a second time. We are following those developments right now. The Broncos game against the Patriots has been postponed again.
The NFL made this decision to move the game just about an hour ago, and Denver7's Sean TOWLE joins us now with why the NFL came to this decision. Sean.
Katie, well, Broncos fans will have to wait until next week to watch them play again. And this week's game, which had been moved to Monday due to COVID concerns with the Patriots, has now been postponed again. And it's been a news-filled morning as it came out earlier today when multiple reports tweeted out that the NFL shut down the Patriots facility today after another player tested positive for COVID-19. Now, the Broncos were slated to fly out to New England for the game today for an afternoon kickoff tomorrow. But Broncos players, after seeing the news today, went to social media, and many of them, like Bradley Chubb, Jerry Jeudy, are clearly upset with the decision. In essence, they lose their bye week as this week becomes a practice week, which they already were supposed to be having a bye later in the year. Now, all the Broncos did not have a positive test. So our Broncos insider, Troy Rank, just tweeted out a few minutes ago, this week's game will now be played next Sunday. And sources tell him that makes week 11 a likely landing spot for the game with Miami. But there's a lot of moving parts in this now with a number of different teams involved. And the NFL said in a statement that the decision was made to ensure the health and safety of the players, coaches, and game day personnel, and in consultation with medical experts. And we'll keep you up posted throughout the day as we find out more information. Back to you guys.
Sean, thanks for that update, and expect to see NFL coaches keeping their masks on during games today. A memo sent to teams warned coaches to keep their face coverings on and in place when interacting with game officials on the field. If they don't, the team could be penalized 15 yards for unsportsmanlike conduct. After week 2 of the season, several coaches were fined for not wearing their masks correctly. A cool morning across the Front Range with some haze and a few clouds across the area. It's starting to clear out, though. Really nice shot over downtown Denver. Katie, we're under a first alert action day because of the high winds and the fire danger.
Yes, later on this afternoon, with the approach of our next very strong cold front, we'll really see the change up. Wind gusts could reach up to about 50 miles per hour later on. So if you have things outside, you don't want to get blown away, especially over the eastern plains and up over northern Colorado. When you want to bring those inside this morning. Beautiful start to the day, though. You can see from Westminster some colors changing there on our trees, a lot of yellow and reds. And in terms of what it looks like in the mountains right now, some more overcast conditions from Steamboat Springs into Glenwood Springs, and already picking up a little bit of much needed moisture. So some good news up over Craig and Steamboat, even over about 10,000 feet in elevation, some snow falling at this hour. Up and down the I-25 corridor, all is clear. Will stay dry for the most part, but an air quality warning will remain in place until at least 4 o'clock this afternoon, and also fire danger. That is why we've issued this action day, critical for a lot of spots, all areas over the eastern plains, up and down I-25, including downtown Denver, Boulder, out to the west and our adjacent foothills, under a fire weather warning until at least 8 o'clock tonight. Please be careful out there today. It may interrupt any plans you have in the afternoon. Winds already starting to kick up into the mountains, and we'll talk more about our chance for seeing some moisture in town still to come.
The strong winds could make it difficult for firefighters trying to contain the Cameron Peak fire. Firefighters say they spent most of the day yesterday protecting an area around the CSU Mountain campus and near Monument Gulch. They say the fire is burning on the north side of campus and it has not crossed Pingree Park Road yet. They're using air tankers and helicopters to drop water in that area. The winds could hinder that effort, though. The fire has burned about 135,000 acres and is 44% contained.
An argument during a rally in downtown Denver ends with one man dead. Police say the suspect is a private security guard. Photographer Helen Richardson from the Denver Post showing the moment that it happened. It shows one protester firing tear gas, then the suspect firing a gun. 9 News says the security guard was hired by them to protect their journalists. Police say the security guard was not affiliated with Antifa.
We're hopeful that that information will help kind of calm the waters a little bit. We don't want any erroneous information going out, any speculation, because that's really what hurts us, and that's what gets everybody angry and motivated to commit more violence, and that's what we're trying to prevent.
The rally was supposed to be about basically understanding what was happening with the police brutality within the United States of America, and now it resolved in this. This is not okay.
Police have not yet released the victim's name and say the shooting is still under investigation.
2 men are in the hospital after a shooting in Denver's Park Hill neighborhood. This happened late last night near 33rd and Hawley. Denver police have not said what led to the shooting or given any information about a suspect.
CU Boulder police, they're looking for a man who they say tried to rob someone on campus. This happened last night just before 11 o'clock outside the Bear Creek Apartments, where police say the victim was sitting on the bike path when a man rode up on a bike and demanded money. Well, the victim left. The suspect rode away toward Baseline Road. Police say the victim was not hurt. The suspect didn't get away with anything, but if you know anything about the suspect or this incident, please call CU Boulder Police.
At 9:06, Colorado added just over 1,000 new coronavirus cases. This was yesterday. It's the highest daily jump the state has seen since the pandemic began. That brings our total cases to more than 77,000. And as of yesterday, 365 Colorado hospital beds were being used by coronavirus patients. The state says there's enough hospital capacity to respond to a surge in cases, despite the announcement that 2 alternative care sites used for coronavirus patients will close. The Ranch Complex in Loveland and the Western Memory Care in Grand Junction will close in mid-November. The state says because Colorado's positivity rate is about 3.4%, it believes it's safe to close those. 3 alternative sites will remain open, including the Colorado Convention Center.
Enrollment is taking a dive at CSU because of COVID-19. Total enrollment at the Fort Collins campus is down 3.6% this year. Enrollment at the Pueblo campus down 3.3%. But the school says it did see a significant jump in enrollment for its online programs. President Trump has been given the all clear from his doctor to return to the campaign trail after recovering from the coronavirus. His doctor released a memo saying the president is no longer a risk. So the president held his first in-person event since his recovery at the White House yesterday. He spoke with supporters from the White House balcony, and most people in the crowd were wearing masks.
I just want to thank most particularly you, because you people come out and you cheer and you love your country and you get it.
The president claims the coronavirus is disappearing, despite 58,000 cases reported Friday. His opponent, Joe Biden, attacking his response at a rally for union workers in western Pennsylvania.
We lose anywhere from 700 to 1,000 people a day dead. The president was told a little while ago, when he was told 100,000 people a day were dying, you know what he said? He says it is what it is.